You know that feeling that you're getting right now, many people, that something is off, something is very wrong, and you can't quite put your finger on it, and the media is pulling you in every different direction, saying there's going to be some big over here, something big over here. There's all this stuff going on all at the same time. Time to inhale, center your chi, and understand that what you're seeing is actually quite healthy. This is the body cleansing itself, the body of people, the world, cleansing itself of lies and hypocrisy. That's what this really is. And it's the culmination of everybody realizing that no, you're not going to be able to have it all. You're not. No one is. This is not a fun video, but it's something that you probably need to hear. No, you're not going to be able to be astronaut Barbie and be a housewife and mother. Like that's not going to happen, ladies. And the same thing with men thinking that they're going to be able to own all this crazy stuff and then be in the top like uber 0.1% of men with like 600 girlfriends or something like that, you know, getting everybody pregnant like Elon Musk or something. Like that's not going to happen for the vast. So you have to deal with what you have. And what is happening is that a lot of people are starting to face this reality. And what you're seeing really is the end, the coming up of the end of fiat money all over the world, as people realize that this cannot possibly continue the way it is. And the solutions are probably not going to make you rich. For my political wonks out there, the guys who love to throw around the isms, another way of putting this is that you're going to see communism, capitalism, socialism, national socialism, fascism, all these different isms are probably going to start failing, and they're all going, because they're going to come up against, again, people like me, not me, but people like me are going to start saying, these all have central banks involved. Explain it. How are we going to have anything different if you're just going to print money, if you're just going to create CBDCs, you're just going to create a bunch of crypto that somebody can control the issuance of the crypto and the direction it goes and the lending. It's like, okay, you're going to be right back. I don't care what ism you call it, you're going to be right back in the exact same spot every single time. Because the people that understand that stuff, that understand money, they understand the philosophy of money, will eventually control it. Once they control it, they start to control the issuance of it. And when they control the issuance of it, they control the direction where it goes. And then they get the civilization that they want. You all just get dragged along for the ride, whether you want to go or not. That's the battle that'll end up happening here. And it's up here. You don't have to go out into the streets and do a bunch of fake rioting. I guess unless you need the money or something like that. Unless you need the 12 grand a week to throw bricks at police cars or something like that, whatever it is they're paying. Not a bad deal, actually, but it's like one of those things like, why you would not want someone to hire someone like me, because I want to do my natural tendency, for those of you who don't know me, is like, if you hire me to do something, I'm going to go above and beyond. So it's not just going to be fires, dude. There's going to be like chemicals involved. Like, dude, it's going to be, like, your city's not going to survive that one if people like me get involved. So, you want to stick with the low-level people that are just throw bricks and such, this low-level crap like that. So, anyway, that's what you're watching fall apart. It's all of this. And you're seeing a bunch of people panicking. And I'm telling you all this, just so you know, like, the reason I'm telling you all this is so that you can understand that there's really nothing to panic about. There really isn't. There's nothing to panic about with this. Okay, breathe deep, do some breathing exercises, go find Wim Hof on YouTube, and do all that stuff, and just understand, this is normal and healthy. Think of this like a fever breaking, right? And then eventually, you wake up the next morning. You've all been there, where you've been really ill, and you wake up the next morning, and you're like, it's like a whole different world when you wake up after you've been delirious with 104-degree temperature or something like that. There's lots of you know what I'm talking about with this. And you wake up the next day, And even though you're not even close to 100%, you're at like maybe 15% possibly, but that 15% is so much greater than what you felt the previous day that you're like, it really truly feels like you've been completely reborn. I don't mean that in any kind of spiritual sense. I'm just talking about like, that's how you feel. It's like, oh my God, everything feels completely different. That's what's on the other side of this. So be of good cheer, you know, the handful of people that see this video, because most people, so like, come on, I mean, they've made it very clear that they don't want anybody seeing any of these videos, especially stuff that I produce. And, you know, it's boring stuff, but so there you go.